Day 2 has dawned clear, though it's always mountain weather up here. Today, the Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge course traverses a 15-kilometre mountain bike, a 12-kilometre kayak on Waikaremoana, a 23-kilometre trail run, and finishes with a largely downhill 15-kilometre mountain bike to the finish.
I'm just doing the one day, haven't really trained at all. I'm looking forward to the run, I guess. Yep.
Oh, the body didn't want to get out of bed this morning and it didn't want to eat breakfast. It wasn't very happy with me at all, actually.
Pretty good, yeah. Had a long black, so that helped. And we won't really know until we hit that first hill, I guess.
Today's agenda for the individuals will be to chase the men's leader Dougal Allan and women's leader Jess Simson, and for the teams to knock bush racing off the top perch.
And I mentioned here is after you start, I'm going to go up there with the boat waiting, we'll go out, measure the wind around the course. We've been doing it with an anemometer all morning, and at the moment it's sitting with gusts around sort of 25 k's. It's not too bad. We may, as I said last night, we may shorten that.
The conditions up at Lake Waikaremoana are marginal for the kayak, but race director Chris Joblin's assessing the wind and will make a call if to run the contingency course.
2, 1.
Today we'll see a different race from Richard Ussher, starting with the pack and keen to cut time from leader Dougal Allan. Richard will apply the heat early on and I'd say set the pace early in the race. Elina Richard's in the same situation against women's leader Jess Simson. We're on board with Dougal Allan. Cameron Durno of Team Souvenir Outlet sets the early pace out of Tuai, but the first climb up the pipeline track will sort this out. The leaders into the start of the climb are Durno, Dougal Allan, Ussher shadowing, Luke Osborne, Andrew Bott and more. Cabin Racing's Nick Leary, Jess Simson, Elina Ussher, Karen Hanlon and Raywin Morrison. Some are pushing the bike up on the steep bits with second-hand legs after yesterday's major effort. Our individual women are Elina Ussher with race leader Jess Simson on her shoulder, followed by Rachel Cashin and Louise Mark. Karen Hanlon and Nick Leary are leading the women's charge in the teams. Trevor Voice is off-peak. His task in hand is to hold his podium spot come the end of today. Luke Osborne, Andrew Bott and Mitch Munro will be hunting Voice for that third spot. The head of the Day 2 field is just about at Lake Waikaremoana, with team rider Cam Durno of Team Souvenir leading. Individual leader Dougal Allan, Richard Ussher and Luke Osborne are all in the escape group. Durno's gone with the three individuals now leading the race. Now up at Lake Waikaremoana with the towering Panakiri Range in the background, the trio now have a roller coaster ride to Home Bay and the kayak transition. Yesterday, Luke Osborne was in no man's land in the first ride. Today, he's showing his recovery has been good and he leads the field. The leaders are now into Home Bay. Allan first, followed by Osborne and Ussher. The race is now on to transition quickly and get into Ussher's kayak wash to get any advantage, especially for Osborne. Allan just has to stay with Ussher today to win outright. Luke Osborne's lost the opportunity here to wash hang on the leaders. Individual Trevor Voice is fourth. The first team onto Lake Waikaremoana is Dan Bush of Bush Racing. It's a good start to Day 2 for the team that won Day 1. Trevor Voice is off. Competitors are now streaming into Home Bay, and Olympic kayaker Mike Walker's keen to get on the water and make up for lost time from yesterday's rudder problem, followed by Nick Leary of Cabin Racing. Walker's off in style. Elina Ussher's in, followed by Jess Simson, our women's race leader. Ussher, Simpson, Sia Svensson and Louise Mark are into the paddle in that order. Day 1 winner and multi-sport rookie Jess Simson is struggling in the kayak league once again. She will be wishing dry land comes soon so she can get on to her strongest discipline to catch and pass the three ladies Elina Ussher, Rachel Cashin and Louise Mark ahead. Richard Ussher is showing his class, pulling away from his challengers Dougal Allan and Luke Osborne in an effort to make up the time credit on Allan's lead. And bush racing still leading the teams while cutting through the individuals. Mike Walker of Cycle Obsession is also on the move. Conditions back towards the home bay transition are getting tricky, even for a legend like Ussher, who's broaching here. Back in home bay, the running event is just about to kick off, and what a great 23-kilometre loop in Te Urewera National Park they're going to enjoy. Our Day 2 individual leader Richard Ussher is applying the pressure 110%, so much so he even leads the teams in Day 2. The question is, does he have enough in the tank to gain Day 1 minutes back from Dougal Allan? Dan Bush from Bush Racing has revelled in the conditions, passing individual Osborne and Allan to be second off the lake. As Bush heads into transition to hand over to runner Sjors Corporal, Ussher is first out on the run as Day 1 leader Dougal Allan hits land. Allan's got to cane it if he doesn't want Ussher stamping his dominance on Day 2 to win overall like last year. Phil Costley of Cycle Obsession is off to a fast start. With a truck full of national running titles in those legs, you'd expect no less. Individuals Luke Osborne and Trevor Voice transition together. Yesterday, Elina Ussher was third out of the kayak, but today she leads. Like her husband, Elina has time to make up on overall leader Jess Simson and seems to be doing just that. Rachel Cashin is loving the rough conditions in the borrowed flow kayak, with Louise Mark next and Jess Simson sounding very pleased just to make the kayak leg without falling out. Sia Svensson is fifth in with crusty adventure racer Craig Stevens. Sjors Corporal from Bush Racing is in his element, with the mountain goat making it very hard for Phil Costley to catch him. As Costley comes into view, by our calculations, he's lost about 30 seconds on Corporal on the climb to Lake Waikaremoana. Richard Ussher still leads the individuals on race day 2, but now the race has taken a real turn. Dougal Allan is just metres behind. Elina Ussher leads day 2 of the women's Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge, followed by Rachel Cashin and Louise Mark. No, Mark's been overtaken by Jess Simson in transition, and look at her go, she's in her element. Fighting to get onto the podium, Louise Mark and Sia Svensson in 4th and 5th out of home bay.
Good work, Sia.
It's a seemingly endless climb up Lake Waikaremoana, but well worth the effort as they will scout the outer edge of the lake nestled in the Urewera.
Hopefully the guy I compete as well.
said to say hello. Oh, man.
Luke Osborne's putting up a valiant effort, holding third place from Trevor Voice.
How's it going?
Former New Zealand representative kayaker Phil Dooney is enjoying the Lake Waikaremoana Challenge outing as a veteran. Elina Ussher knows Jess Simson will be quick and is doing all she can to hold off the challenge. Looking at the splits, Jess Simson is slowly pulling in Elina. She also has her leader's margin from yesterday, so we're in for a cracker race in the women's events. Well, in fact, all events, with Ussher and Allan, and teams with bush racing and cycling obsession duking it out. In third, Cashin is holding off Mark. Look at the wonderful trails in this lush native forest. The trees are just superb. Sia Svensson is rounding out the top women. If you have time, look over your shoulder. There's always a wonderful view. Lake Waikaremoana is continuing to live up to its rainforest tag, with downpours broken by bursts of sunshine. But that's not dampening the spirits of the competitors in this wilderness wonderland open to the race by the generous iwi.
Around before we came around the corner.
Oh, okay.
Home.
Yep. As the last of the runners head into the bush, the leader is coming out, and no surprise, considering the technical terrain they faced, it's Sjors Corporal from Bush Racing. Costley is second, and Cabin Racing's Nick Hirschfeld holds third.
How far behind, Ryan?
Dougal Allan's now lead individual on day 2, and that adds up to a healthy overall lead if he can continue this form. Will Ussher now race hard to protect his second place from Trevor Voice and Luke Osborne?
Not far, eh?
No, not too far.
Yeah.
Less than 2 Ks.
Back in Home Bay, there's another change of weather, back to summer. Sjors Corporal hands over to Karen Hanlon, off to cement the win, surely, for Bush Racing.
Yeah.
Raywin Morrison of Cycling Obsession readies herself for the arrival of Phil Costley. With the help of Mike Walker, Raywin is off. Nick Hirschfeld of Cabin Racing is in. Can Mark Leishman catch Raywin Morrison in the dash back to the 2i finish?
46.
Individual leader Dougal Allan is in, and it's really just a formality to ride back to 2i to take the overall 2012 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge win. Ussher's in, and with some home comforts and help from his mum, now this signals Richard's intentions. He's waiting for friend and fellow Nelsonian Trevor Voice. Amazing. Elina Ussher has held off Jess Simson. However, her margin has diminished as they're transitioning at the same time. What an exciting race. Can Elina recoup a win by holding off Simson to win day 2? This man, Gordon Townsend, leads the veterans race, a highly contended division. Louise Mark has slipped past Rachel Cashin. Olympian Karen Hanlon looks confident, and we can see her trademark smile. Barring a major disaster, bush racing looked likely to take the team's win. Leishman of Cabin Racing is a man on a mission. There are places and prize money to be seized, with only seconds separating teams. Does Raywin Morrison have enough distance on Leishman to hold him off into Tuai? Karen Hanlon has anchored Team Cabin Racing's victory today and the overall team's win.
Oh, I got a massive lead from Dan and Shoss, so I could take a little bit easier on the downhill today. So awesome team. Stoked.
It's always hard to know when you're heading out there. Mike wasn't that far behind me, so you're sort of going as hard as you can. And it looks like no one else has come in, and all we had to do from the mountain bike to the finish was just stay in the lead, and we've done it.
Oh, the run was awesome. Yeah, absolutely awesome. Soft as it was tougher than I thought. The second run, everyone was telling me it'd be fast, but it was so soft from the rain. I was thinking, oh, it probably suits me while I was running along, but it's just great team effort. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. Oh, that was a real tough run yesterday. Yeah, but it was a great run. Tough run, but a great run.
Bush Racing are our 2013 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge Teams champions, and what an impressive lineup they are to record the winning overall time of 8 hours 19 minutes and 46 seconds. Individual leader Dougal Allan is on his way down the pipeline trail back to Tuai. Cycle Obsession's Raywin Morrison is across the line, second on day 2. But have they done enough to hold off Cabin Racing for the overall? Not quite. Cabin Racing's Mark Leishman comes through in third place today. Their overall time for both days of 8 hours 26 minutes and 57 seconds jumps them into second overall, with Cycle Obsession third team overall.
Which is still I'm really happy with. It's up against some really big names and big competitions, so I'm really proud of how my team did, and yeah, I think we came through in the end.
There is nothing more rewarding than winning against your hero, and today is that day for Dougal Allan. Allan's time of 8 hours 52 minutes 59 seconds is good enough to place him fourth overall, including the teams.
The running sort of probably the biggest part of the race in terms of opportunities to do well, and but also the runs were just stunning. They were the most beautiful parts of the course, I think, and they will be the highlights I'll remember for a long time. I think I might have won the race in the run sections, and today particularly, I don't know, I think Rich might have been a bit off colour, and sometimes you've just got to take your opportunities when they come, and today with Rich perhaps not at 100%, it was my opportunity to get one back on him, and that's what I managed to do.
6:11. That's correct. You're right. That's the man himself.
Richard Ussher is second, 22 minutes behind Allan. You get that feeling that Ussher hasn't raced to the form he would have liked. He's settled in to enjoy the last leg with his good mate, Trevor Voice. Voice has done enough to grab third men's individual overall and hold off this man, rising star Luke Osborne.
Oh, I love that last part. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mate, it's a good way to finish, eh?
Oh, just not really much in the legs, to be honest. Just kind of the same sensations I had at Xterra. Just it didn't really. There was just nothing at all. So yeah, kind of surprised that I paddled okay because I haven't been doing much paddling for a couple of months. But I mean, yeah, Dougal raced great, and it was good to see. And but yeah, it just I could kind of just hang there on the bike, but but on the run, just, you know, I mean, it was all I could do to maintain a jog. So, the course is way better. It's much more achievable for a wider range of people, and it's more fun for everyone, I think. I mean, it was a really beautiful run through where we went today.
Well deserved. Dougal's had a long friendship with Rich, as have a lot of us, but Dougal had a great race right from the start at Waikaremoana, and it's great for him to pull off a win, and looking towards coast, he'll be a dangerous man.
Welcome home, Elina.
Elina Ussher is our first woman home on day 2, but that glance over her shoulder gives us a clue. It's not enough to hold off Jess Simson for the overall win. And here is our overall 2012 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge Women's winner, Jess Simson. With a total time of 10 hours, 25 minutes and 5 seconds, she's just over 1 minute ahead of Elina after 2 mega but beautiful and tough days. Wanaka athletes have stolen the show here in Tuai. Jess Simson and Dougal Allan. Well done.
So my goal, obviously, bike, I wanted to keep it consistent. I had quite a bit of cramp yesterday, and so I just steady on the bike. Paddle was all about survival, like these last 2 paddles in the last 2 days of the choppiest I've ever done. So, you know, push pause on the race, just get through, and then take a steady run, which was good, and managed to catch Elina in transition, and then just keep it consistent home. So. Yeah, phew! Oh, just magic, really, like from the camaraderie of the competitors out there on the course, as well as the volunteers helping out, marshals, and the terrain, you know, just overall, I don't think you can get better. It's definitely my favourite one in New Zealand so far. So he was leading about a minute and a half after yesterday, and today I just was trying to go as hard as I can, and she was still running. She had an amazing run today again. I don't know how much before her I started the run, but she just caught me in the transition, and then we were pretty much riding the last thing together. Maybe I just got a little bit time going down this last hill, but no, she was really strong.
Auckland individual Louise Mark has done enough to hold off Rachel Cashin's challenge to place 3rd.
Thank you very much. Oh, that was great. That paddle was a bit rough on the first part. My support crew decided to be shits and giggles to put me in the sharp while everybody else downgraded to nice big fat boats. So I did a bit of surfing and a bit of flapping about out there. The run is just superb. It's going to be one of the best off-road runs there are. It's just so beautiful. It really is. It's just awesome.
Well, yeah, I think I redeemed myself a bit from yesterday. Yeah, the paddle was awesome actually, even though it was the roughest I've ever been out in a lake or in the sea. Yeah, I had one of Richard's rock stars, so that was it was just like awesomely stable. So that was cool. And then yeah, the run was awesome. I just loved all the mud and
awesome course. I think it's great. It's good locale here, and that track on the second day is just fantastic.
I think it's fantastic. I definitely hope more people will do it. I think it's great for coast to coast. The ones doing 2 day and 1 day, those runs are absolutely epic.
5 hours, 53 minutes and 33 seconds. The finishing line now. Nice to have you back, my friend. Sporting number 11 at 5 hours, 56 minutes and a half. Minutes and 15 seconds. Welcome across that finishing line. And look, Bub's there to greet you, Granddad. Nice to see you. Good.
As the Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge racing comes to an end for 2012, the focus turns to the hot shower and rest in preparation for the night's dinner, entertainment and prize giving. Our individual champion Dougal Allan receives his trophy, and that has got to be the biggest he's ever won.
Man, I'm so glad I came up, because this is one special event, and in fact it's probably more than an event. This whole experience has just been so memorable, and a lot of that has to do with the people involved with the event. and there are so many, but what I'll remember for so long is the locals and the way that they obviously take so much pride in the place they call home, and what a special part of the world it is. This is my first time here, and I've got to come back next year because it's. I think I've only seen a little bit of the terrain around here, and I'd love to see more. So I might have to come up a few weeks early and get out and explore. And I really hope Genesis Energy can stay on board because Chris is running a pretty good show here, and Jess and I will definitely go home to Wanaka and get some more people up here from the South Island.
A couple of words, obviously some thanks to my support crew, really awesome, and also just a lot of thanks to all you other competitors and volunteers, marshals at the event race.
To see the locals get right in behind this event, from young to old, just wandering around the last couple of days, everyone had a smile on, and it was great. We were well received, and to the locals, hey, thank you very much. It was great. Thank you.
Team champions for the 2012 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge received their award. Well done bush racing. Karen Hanlon, Dan Bush and Sewells Corporal. That concludes the coverage of the 2012 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge. Don't forget to book a weekend in November for the 2013 Lake Waikaremoana Challenge and get training.